Yo, welcome boys. Beautiful day here in Bangkok. Got my black coffee and we're ready to rock and roll. Today's topic is very simple. If something does not hurt, it is not challenging you. If it's not challenging you, then you are not growing. I really despise going onto the internet nowadays and scrolling around because all I see is this comfort culture stuff flying around of men avoiding challenges, trying to choose comfort everywhere and not choosing any stress or any pain to actually further themselves and become the person they need to be in order to achieve anything. And so if you found yourself in that trap before, first thing I want you to do before you listen to the rest of this video is reframe it in your mind real quick. Pain is a signal of growth, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Pain is a signal of growth. When I was not chasing pain in my life, when I was trying to avoid it at all costs, I was broke, I was 65 kg, I looked like a stick figure, didn't have a hot bird, didn't have any of the things that I wanted in my life. But then once I understood it and I started chasing the pain, that all changed and I was able to build a life for myself and do whatever I wanted. So I'm gonna show you real quick now the areas in your life where you should actually be pursuing pain. The areas where you should be thinking, what challenge is there and what can I do to smash through it and get to the other side to level up? So let's begin with a simple one, physical growth. We all know this, right? How do muscles grow? They grow by being torn down, time under tension, and as a result of that, we build up. If we go into the gym trying to avoid pain, what's gonna happen? We're gonna train at most to mild discomfort. And if you've been in the gym for more than a couple of days, you know that is not gonna cut it. And it certainly didn't cut it for me back when I was 20 kg lighter. So physically, if we put ourselves through pain, we're gonna grow. If we run, we're gonna be able to run further. If we train, if we lift weights, we're gonna get bigger. Very simple science. When we talk about discipline and training, discipline in diet, that does require sacrifice, which is another form of pain. But what we need to make very, very clear to ourselves is I'm not telling you life is gonna be easy if you don't take the hard path. It's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be pain, but at least you're stronger, right? No, life is gonna be painful, whichever path you choose. If you choose to sit back and try and dodge pain, you're gonna suffer throughout your entire life. If you pick your type of pain and you charge forward to it without thinking twice and you just get it done, overall throughout your life, that is going to be the least painful option, but no one understands this. So the second area where we're going to look and seek out pain to grow ourselves is going to be the mental side of things. And by that, I mean facing fears. So you might be public speaking, fear of rejection, if there's a hot bird you want to go talk to, or confrontation. Maybe if we're in a difficult spot with someone, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, we'd rather roll over and just agree and not stand up for ourselves because that'll make the pain go away quicker, they'll like us again and we don't have to stress about it. But when we're talking about mental, discomfort is something that rewires our brain to be able to handle more stress. And the more stress you can handle, the more you can actually do in your life. If you can handle a lot of stress, but you can still keep going, you can still force yourself to think clearly and take the steps you need to fix, you can go on to achieve anything. If you cannot handle any stress, if you're gonna roll over and cry the first time someone says something mean, they say, oh, you look a bit skinny today. If you're gonna roll over and cry about that, well, we're not gonna get very far in life, are we? So we don't have to jump into any of these things being an expert. We just have to embrace the fact that it's gonna suck for a bit, but we are growing as we go along. We're never gonna be in this particular state of pain again. It's gonna change, it's gonna get easier the more we do. We're gonna be able to handle more the more we go down this path. And here's another fun way we can use this with money. Money's good fun. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. So when we talk about finances, it is very hard to start a business or very hard to invest successfully without taking some losses along the way. These losses hurt, they hurt, but we learn a lot from them. The worst financial loss I ever had was when I started a company with my mate. We built it up for a while, and then we made a pretty big mistake. We put about $20,000, $30,000 in investments into this one big play that we thought was gonna work out. And we stood to make 90,000 USD from this. And the night we were supposed to be paid this 90,000, I was looking at the things, and I was like, oh shit, something's wrong. And you know what happened? We lost all of that 90 grand. We did not see a dollar of it. So not only did we lose our investment, but we had this mental side where we were prepared to make the biggest score we'd ever seen in our life, and it all disappeared overnight. And the pain we got from that, from losing that amount of money, that builds resilience in the future. And I've now got much sharper decision making and I'm much more financially smart than I was before I took that loss. So all in all, it's been a positive thing for me. It's been a net positive because the skills that we learn, these are the only thing that people can't take from us. People can freeze bank accounts, they can block you on social media, they can do whatever they want to your physical stuff, but the mental side of things are the skills that you can carry forward with you, which cannot be taken away. Another area of our life we're going to have to navigate as young men comes down to women. It comes down to how we handle ourselves with emotions. If we have a nasty breakup, if we've got a betrayal, we feel like we've failed, we didn't pull somewhere we wanted to, that is going to forge our character. A while ago when I was in my teenage years, there was this girl that I thought I wanted more than anything else, and she played me like an absolute fiddle. And at the time it hurt. It hurt a lot for like a month or two because I felt so stupid and I still feel like I wanted her. But what I realized afterwards is that the way I was approaching relationships, the way I was using my emotions was so completely backwards and just absolute puss boy that if I'd continued doing that, I would never have landed a woman my entire life. I would have gone forever with that little touch of pussy. When you get yourself in that low position where you've messed something up a little bit and she doesn't want to be around you anymore, try and look for the lessons in that. You might not be able to find it straight away because you know it's going to hurt a while. However, you're going to come out the other side of that thinking, what was I doing? Why did I ever behave that way? Or why did I even want that person? Because if I look at the people that I wanted when I was a teenager, if I look at them now when they're in their 20s and I'm in my 20s, I think, ugh, no thank you, we're leveling up over here. So it's going to hurt for a bit, but just know that we're going to come on the other side a little bit stronger and with much better options. If we take a step back and we just look at the bigger picture, we look at masculinity as a whole, what builds us into becoming a man as opposed to just being some other teenage boy that runs around and acts like a child his whole life. The masculinity elements that we want are all ones that are forged under pressure. They don't come easy, whether that's physical, whether it's the mental, whether it's the social, whether it's financial, relationships, all that sort of stuff. The only true way for us to grow is through pain, through hurt, through sacrifice, through discipline. Because if it's easy, we're not growing. If it hurts, we are building a man who can carry more, a man who can do more, a man who can learn more skills so that next time that situation comes around, we know exactly how to handle it without panicking. So think about pain as this. Pain is the tuition for becoming dangerous, respected, free, and absolutely anything else you want to add to that list. But we have to go through it first. Unfortunately, there is no magic bullet. There is no little hack we can use. We can't go up, down, left, right, center, center, click, click, up, and then suddenly we're a man. It doesn't work like that. If we want to truly forge our life, we have to do the hard work. But once we've done the hard work, we truly can do anything. So we're going to stop avoiding discomfort. We're going to lean into it. And we're going to try and lean into it as quick as possible because it only gets worse the more we put it off. So we see a problem, we charge at it straight away. Every rep, every rejection, every failure, that is just rent for the future bloke we're going to be. He's going to make all of the things we used to do seem insignificant. With those categories we've just spoken about, what I want you to do is very simple. Pick one of those categories, whichever one you feel like you're lacking in the most, and put yourself in uncomfortable positions around it to force that growth. We're not going to try and avoid it anymore. So pick one, charge into it head first, make as many mistakes as you want. Just make sure you learn from them, and when you get to that pain point, push through, and the sky's the limit, lads. So I hope you absolutely loved this. If you did, you have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to your nan, all that fantastic stuff. And as always, gentlemen, I will see you in the next video.